Finally, clips show them mocking his past, saying he never had friends. Wow, man. He never had love. They call him disabled. So in calling him disabled, they're acknowledging that this man was not an able-bodied man. They beat him, even strangled him. All of it was played for laughs, with viewers sending money to keep the abuse going. Like, bro, these are the kind of dudes that can kill cats, bro. Do you get that? These are the kind of dudes that torture animals. Jesus. Now, I want you to guess what that is. What that is on your screen right there. What is this guy doing? Let me help you out. He is looking at the deceased body of his friend. And this piece of shit guy is in part responsible for his friend passing away. Let's look further into this, man, because this is one of the most tragic stories I've ever heard having to do with anything streaming related. So this happened in France, and it just happened, right? So here we have this streamer, and he's about 46 years old. His name, Jean Pormanove, or Pormanove, and his real name, that's his streamer name. His real name is Raphael Graven, or Graven. He's French. It's probably pronounced differently. Anyway, let's take a look at this tragic story. So on Monday night, after 10 days of non-stop streaming, 46-year-old Jean fell asleep on camera and never woke up. Viewers watched as his body was shaken by his companions, who only realized minutes later that he was gone. A live video, now widely shared, reportedly shows him inanimate under a duvet, with two men nearby, one tossing a small plastic bottle of water at him. And that's this video right here that we were looking at. Of course, I can't play it for you because it will get taken down. But let's see a little bit of what this torture stream looked like. And you might say to yourself, oh, well, this is a 46-year-old man. He's a grown man. He's consenting to this. However, you will come to realize that Jean is not your typical 46-year-old man. It seems to me that he had some kind of learning disability. He was a little bit slow. And beyond that, he also just had an incredibly lonely and sad life. And he was taken advantage of by these fucking pieces of shit so that they could make money. Now, let's actually take a look at a clip at what some of this torture stream involved, okay? Here is a quote. Of course, they're speaking in French, so here's a quote in English. "You're going to kill him. Stop, let go. I can't breathe anymore. Give me back my glasses." These chilling words spoken live still echo. For 4 long years, Raphael Graven, known as Jean or Jean Pormanove, was the target of inhumane harassment and mistreatment. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at what exactly was this guy enduring. Now, firstly, look at his face. This man looks very fragile. He looks very fragile, very malnourished, underfed. Okay. And he's surrounded by guys who clearly are 10 to 15 years, maybe even 20 years younger than him. They are taking advantage of him. Look at these sick fucks. Like, bro, these are the kind of dudes that fucking kill cats, bro. Do you get that? These are the kind of dudes that torture animals. Jesus. Why would he? And then you have, so this guy's, you know what I'm saying, doing what he's doing. Oh my Lord. They're just trying to inflict as much pain as possible on this guy. Oh my God, this is straight out of Black Mirror, bro. There's actually a Black Mirror episode where guys are torturing themselves for money, and that is literally what's happening here. Wow. Look how young these guys are. These are some sick fucks, dude. These are some absolute sick fucks, and it really just tells us, it shows us where we are today and how far people are willing to go just to make some money, man. And the people who are donating to this shit, they're fucking sick too. They're sick in the head as well. Now, let's actually learn some more about the story. Right. Those 10 days of torture weren't just harmless gaming or chatting. They were 10 days of and nights of humiliation, extreme violence, physical violence, sleep deprivation, even be made to swallow toxic products, all live and fully monetized for donations. Kick truly is scum of the earth, man. The fact that this is where people are trying to go to post this kind of content. The channel behind this is called whatever the fuck. I can't pronounce that. It's French. Le Local or some whatever. Run by streamers known as, not going to even attempt that. Media Part exposed them last year for live humiliation and violence for audience shares. So this is their thing. Truly, look at these guys. Fucking psychopaths, man. Fucking psychopaths. They were detained, then released, and the channel kept going. Right. There's a clip from weeks ago that's especially haunting. His friends laugh about what would happen if he died live. One insists he should say on camera that if he ever dies, it's because of health, not them under pressure. Jean said it. So they could tell there was an energy in the atmosphere. They knew there was a dark, evil, demonic energy in the atmosphere. They knew where this shit was going. They didn't want to stop. They saw this guy was very frail, very fragile, and look at what they did. Some people are now arguing he was a consenting adult, fully aware of what he signed up for. But in reality, in a message to his mother, Jean wrote, "It's going too far. I feel like I'm being sequestered with their shitty concept." Now, you might be asking yourself, well, he's a 46-year-old man. Is he trapped? Why he's choosing to be here? Like I said, if you go ahead and watch the videos, he does not seem, you know what I'm saying, like a normal guy. But I think this reveals a lot. And this is what made me really want to make the story. It truly did send chills down my spine. Jean, a fragile man in his 40s who spent much of his life streaming alone from his parents' house. This was a guy in his 40s still living with his parents. Guys, any grown man still living with his parents in his 40s who's not there to assist his parents clearly has developmental issues, right? He was a shut-in, probably on the spectrum, but he wanted a community to belong to. So this was a lonely guy. He didn't have any friends. He was trying to make it as a streamer, and then these sick fucks said, "Hey, come, we'll be your friend. We'll make all kinds of content together. You're going to blow up." Instead, he ended up surrounded by people who made him the punchline, man. Look, man, it's always better to have no friends than have shitty friends. Who needs enemies when you got friends like this? After falling in with this new group, he moved in, made it a streamer house kind of thing. Streaming became his whole life. On camera, his friends kept reminding him how he had rescued him, how he owed everything to them. This is manipulation. These are the worst kinds of people. I don't want anything from anybody if they're going to constantly remind me what they gave me. And people, the worst kind of people are people who do that on a regular basis. It's truly nasty. It's truly disgusting. Finally, clips show them mocking his past, saying he never had friends. Wow, man. He never had love. They call him disabled. So in calling him disabled, they're acknowledging that this man was not an able-bodied man. They beat him, even strangled him. All of it was played for laughs, with viewers sending money to keep the abuse going. Human beings truly are animals. Truly sick fucks, man. Sick creatures. Ah, shit, dude. So, and of course, none of these young guys ever took a beating. It was always this guy. Look at him. Look at him, man. I mean, this is clearly not, you know what I'm saying, a typical guy in his 40s. They took advantage of him. They abused him, and then he lost his life. And the craziest part is, I don't believe these guys are in jail. So Kick, the Australian streaming site, said it couldn't comment due to privacy rules. Their terms ban heinous violence, but moderation is looser than Twitch's. In the end, someone died on their platform, sparking a national debate in France and on social media responsibility. Honestly, maybe they can sue Kick. Oh my God, maybe the family, these people can sue Kick for allowing this shit to continue to go on their platform. And these dudes, honestly, they should fucking go to jail. They should go to prison for this shit. This is terrible. Someone needs to set an example here. Torture streams, we cannot go there, man. As a race, like the human race, as fucking humans, bro, we cannot go there. We can't allow that shit to happen. That shit is going way too far. It's evil. It truly is. It truly is, man. But you guys let me know what you think about this tragic story coming out of France, man. Rest in peace to Jean. You know, I'm sorry you never had an opportunity to find a good group of friends who actually meant you well, man. You know, may he rest in peace.